Yeah, I mean, living out here is pretty cool. You know, it's rustic, but ultimately there's not too much to worry about in all the regards. Oh boy. I'll call you back.
How are you? How you doing? Woo!
Hey, how's it going? If you come any closer, we're gonna have a bit of a problem, you know what I mean?
Is that a high point?
This is a 10mm high point. Are we gonna have a problem?
Well, that's for poor people. I'm a bear and I have cocaine. Cocaine's very expensive. Why do you have a high point?
So? You have to say it like that. I'm just gonna go back inside.
Hey, I want to talk to you about a business deal. I want to do business with you.
So stupid. What's up there, YouTubers? This is a video that I have been putting off for quite a long time, and that's basically because I just have a disdain, a hatred, if you will, for the High Point JXP 10mm. It sports a over 5-inch barrel, threaded barrel, 10mm, semi-automatic handgun. That's about the best thing that I can say about it. So let's just get into it. But before we dive in too deep on why it's terrible, we should also dive into why it's awesome, or potentially, I should say. This gun has the whole new look. It has the high point look, but it's updated to be the yeet cannon. So it's got new slide serrations. That's actually pretty cool. This gun is very heavy. I'm not exactly sure how much it weighs. I think I've weighed it in the past. The high point 10mm comes in at a whopping 0 pounds. But as you can see, the actual weight is 36 ounces unloaded, which is what we weighed it at. Anyway, this gun is very heavy. It's about the size of a frickin' Desert Eagle. And it is a 10mm, so it is bigger, and for that factor, you gotta give it some props. The recoil is manageable. High points are nothing if not reliable. So they say. This gun is not great. The trigger is not good. The functionality itself, there's no actual like slide dropping measure. So in order to take the slide back, you have to take the safety off. Take the safety off, put the slide back, take the magazine out. Is there a slide release? No. There's not a slide release on a high point. Not that this is the most tactical gun in the world, but it is a little bit frustrating as far as manual of arms go. So you have to put the magazine in, and that won't do anything. You have to take the magazine out, I hold it with my pinky, and let the slide go forward, put the magazine back in. Now, is that a game changer? Is it the end of the world? No, it's just, it does not have a slide release, so it just makes it a little bit hard. However, on the positive side, it does have a threaded barrel. Getting a rifled barrel on a camera is very hard. If you can make that out down there where the firing pin is, it's incredibly crude. The bolt itself looks to be machined by a caveman. It is not smooth, it is not polished, and nor do I expect it to be on a high point, but that's not just dirt down there, that's just how bad it looks. As far as the barrel goes, it has great rifling on it. I don't see anything wrong with the barrel. So you do get a long barrel. It is accurate enough. The potential here for accuracy is there. We have one round to hit 50 yards I don't know why I chose that distance. I thought it would be easier. Turns out it's not. Let's go. Blessed be thy holy high point. If you got one shot, use it. Really? Okay, so it's not all that bad. That's the advertisement for this gun. You have a semi-automatic threaded barrel 10mm for sub $200, $189 in my case. So that's awesome. But the biggest problem with the High Point JXP is that it doesn't run. And if it doesn't run, it's just garbage. It's useless. It's fairly decent. There we go. Failure to extract. I mean, when it hits, and when it doesn't jam, you're fine. But I'm having issues. Maybe it's a break-in period, but it's so shitty. Why would you do a break-in period? With as solid of a frame as I possibly can. Okay. It ran that time. Come on. It's just rough. All right. But, yeah. Not great. Stovepipe. Come on. I just lost a live round. Hold on. Anyway, 180 grain, Cellar and Bella. 50 yards. It seems like it's shooting high. Once again, out of battery. Slap the back of it. In battery. Yeah. Hey. Okay. Failure to feed. Okay. Once again. Stove. Ten rounds of the ammo incorporated. Switch it up. Hopefully we can do the 50-yard test. And it's not even feeding. In the battery. Slap it. We have failure to extract. It tried and failed. Live round is on the ground. Not ideal. Don't spend $200 on it. I don't know. Allegedly they run. Allegedly. I'm not seeing it. Once again. Once again. Just terrible. Okay, so it's fed 5 in a row. I think it's shooting low. We have another stovepipe. Honestly, the break-in period on a High Point is not worth it. It's a High Point. It's $200. Yes, it does go bang, but to feed reliably, at least this one, maybe it's a lemon. I don't know. It's just not doing good. We have one more round. All right. 50 yards at the High Point. Once again, just burning through ammo at this point. I just don't care. And of course, it doesn't want to feed right off the bat. Stovepipe. Once again. Stovepipe. Somehow it flipped all the way around. There goes a live round once again. Oh boy. There's 3. Okay. Magazine in. Slide. Rack back. Go forward. Into battery. That's so scary. I hate that too. It does have this like, it's got a weird delay where like it's lunging forward because it weighs so much. It's not ideal. Yeah. So that works. Man, this is the best. So if I, if I limp wrist it, I just kind of go. It still jams. Boy, I haven't been this frustrated in a while. It's my own money, left-handed. Give it the Saving Private Ryan. I mean, 10 millimeters powerful. It can take out a bunch of stuff. So, fit and finish of the High Point JXP. It's actually rather impressive as far as the slide goes. I understand it's probably just not even milled. It's probably just forged. But it does work. Nothing bad to say about that there. There's not any obvious gouges or machining marks on the slide. Now, if I were to close the slide, which I have to, yeah. If I close the slide, you can see the machining marks on the barrel there are pretty significant, pretty rough cut, if you will. Now, you're not paying for polished parts. It is a High Point, so that is perfectly understandable. In order to keep the slide back, I have to put the magazine in, bring it back. So, we also have the barrel. The barrel doesn't have any obvious machining marks on there, but what we do have is fairly thick coating of something. So the barrel is thick coated, probably covering up some machine marks. I would imagine. I'd imagine they're there. But they do have a good durable coating on the barrel, which seems to also be very slidey, so it probably helps in the functionality of the firearm, even though in this case, as I've said, it doesn't work anyway, so the hell does that matter? The threads on the barrel are very good, just standard, machining marks. It does come with a thread protector, which is cool. That's pretty standard, but it's nice to have it. I'd imagine if you were to buy these at pawn shops or whatnot, you might actually have to go out and buy a thread protector. The frame is exactly what you think it would be. It's all polymer. It's just 2 pieces slapped together for functionality, except the pistol doesn't work. Once again, like, I don't know why I keep saying that. Like, I keep saying like, oh, it works. Oh, it works. But no, the pistol doesn't work. So just take it as an asterisk. When I say it works, it's a good idea. Keep it simple, stupid, KISS, I think it's called. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, that is what the High Point is, and it does work, except this one doesn't. So when I keep reiterating that, just bear with me here. But you do have slide serrations on both the front and the back, which is pretty cool. And you do also have like this weird groove for sights, but I think that's just a design thing. I don't think it's practical at all, because that's not what you're looking at when you're looking down sights. So with the High Point JXP, they have this new mold, and I really like it, actually. It does, for a High Point that is possibly the ugliest gun on the planet, it looks pretty good, It's like a 4 whenever you're drinking some beers and she turns into a 6. I'm saying that as a 5, okay? Don't mean to offend anybody. All of it is relatively like sandpaper. Even the slide itself, being that it's not polished and it's not flat steel, it's very much sandpapery gun. It's very grippy. So that works, even though it doesn't, right? All in all, I think I had 1 magazine, maybe 2, go off without a hitch. That's unacceptable, because it's not a double stack mag or anything. I think it's, what is it, 10 rounds? Okay, so as soon as I start the video to show how not good it is, it ran them all.
Yeah, that's not noticed that. Fucking awesome.
These guys are witnesses. It wasn't working. Now it works. Okay. I'm not sure. It also says 10 millimeter, so okay. We might as well start the magazine portion. So here's the magazine. The magazine's fairly straightforward. Single stack, 10 millimeter. Also 40 Smith & Wesson. It says it, if the camera, whatever focus. It says 40 Smith & Wesson right there, /10 millimeter. I did not fire 40 out of this because I think the slide, like, it is an interesting experiment, but I'm not going to go out and spend more money on this thing. But you could fire 40 out of it. I just don't think the slide would actually run that. Because the slide it's very heavy. This thing is like a Desert Eagle. It's not a light gun at all. I would even say for like a backpacking / bear gun, it's not even that great of an option besides the actual caliber that it does fire. 10 millimeter is a perfect bear cartridge. Don't get me wrong, but it also doesn't do a whole lot whenever you fire one round off at the bear, really make the bear mad, and then you don't have a follow-up shot because it freaking jammed. Now you're dead. Isn't that funny? Don't use this for bear defense. You use bear mace and then use a different gun. Use a 10 millimeter that works. If this gun was trustworthy, that is a practical application of the high point, because it's relatively disposable too. Like if you could have it in your backpack and you get caught going down some rapids or something critical happens to you out in the wilderness and you lose this gun, you're only out $200. And then some hiker's gonna find it and be like, oh, cool. You do have a safety on this side, and the safety is literally just a piece of bent sheet metal. Hey, if it works, it works. You know, that's what AKs are. It's a piece of bent sheet metal. What happens on an AK when your safety selector is all loosey-goosey and not working? You put it up and you bend it back into place and you shove it back down because it's a piece of sheet metal. That's all this is too, man. It's simple. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? So this isn't perfect. It's crude, but it's also very thin. It's very concealable, if you will, if this pistol was even remotely concealable. The safety is not in your way. Let's go over the trigger. Let me cut up all these segments so then it all looks like one and you don't see how random my thoughts are about this pistol. Okay, let's do this. For the YouTube people out there that don't understand what empty guns are, the magazine is out of the pistol and the slide is open. We do not have anything in the chamber. There is a bare bolt. There you go. You're seeing it yourself. Now I'm going to drop the slide, but okay. Are we ready to talk about triggers now that we're all safe? We're good? Okay. Oh boy, that's hard to do with the left hand. Okay, right hand. Oh yeah. Duh. Right, I totally forgot about this feature because of how ridiculous the feature is. You cannot fire it without the magazine in. So, for the YouTube safety Nazis out there, we are still in the same area where we were. I showed you the empty bore. I can't do anything more than that. If I take this magazine out, this gun doesn't fire. People call that a safety feature, but now that I'm actually trying to show you what the trigger is, I have to press it with the magazine in. Okay, so here we are. It's fully unloaded. It's fully safe. Don't worry. We're all good, dude. And, yeah, this trigger is very hard. Okay, so now I have to do the weird manual of arms where I have to take the magazine out and then I have to pull back the slide because there's no slide release. It's a weird manual of arms, dude. Let's do that again. So there is a wall. It's spongy and it's really hard to set, but you do know when it's going to break. So the trigger is ultimately not that bad. It really, really could be worse. But it's not good either. It's a very heavy, spongy trigger, so riding home on that, the trigger's okay. Put it to you this way, I shoot mostly budget guns, and I have a TSOS 1911, sub $350, $400 handgun. It's a 1911 clone, it's steel on steel, it's budget, and it runs night and day better than this gun does. So we have one. But you could get a TSOS 1911 on Black Friday or any of the sale days for $300. I've seen them for $299 for the USGI model, and this is $100 less than that. Recorded multiple times just trying to explain everything I can about the High Point JXP, and the only thing I have to write home about it is that it is just a giant letdown. I really couldn't say anything positive about this pistol except for potentially positive things, because it ultimately doesn't mean anything when it doesn't work. You do have a threaded semi-automatic High Point. It's a 10mm that doesn't work. That's it. That's the JXP. Hope you guys like it. I never want to do this video again. I'm done with the High Point JXP. Much love, and much love to High Point. Just this one doesn't work. You know, just kind of how it goes. All right, much love. Talk to you guys later. The Hippie Gunner out. Case in point, I knew it was going to do that. It's a Glock 34.